What's going on, guys? It's David here. Welcome to another Devotional Saturday. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Hopefully you had a lot to be thankful for, as we discussed in last week's video. Time just keeps on ticking. You know, during this time of year, wintertime, I love to read, but summertime, it just falls beside. I just don't do it as much because it doesn't get dark till 9:30. I'm out at the parks, and then I go back to work, and then I come home, go to the parks. I always just keep them busy. So now's the time to really dig in and read. And I picked up this gem from Ray Comfort. It's called Militant Evangelism. And I just started reading it, and it is powerful. It's from the 90s, and there is a paragraph here I want to read to you for today's devotional. And it's really powerful. It's going to give you something to think about. So here's what Ray says. He says, imagine if you became passive in life. You just lay in bed, refusing to move an inch, hoping that evolution will somehow cause you to better yourself in life. What will be the natural development? Your hair will become greasy. Your teeth will cultivate the furry feeling. You will get bed sores. You will develop body odor, and other natural bodily functions will place your friends at a great distance. Hunger pains will grip your stomach, and thirst will cause your tongue to swell and your lips to blister. Your finger and toenails will grow long, brown, and curly. Your inactive muscles will begin to wither. If you don't get up and fight for life, you will eventually die. And if we don't get up and willfully fight for the will of God in our lives, we will naturally incline to the will of the devil. Satan will sift us as wheat, and he will eventually kill us if we don't stir ourselves to fight like the men or women of God we know we should be. And right there, if we will naturally incline to the will of the devil. Okay? So we need to, he says, if we don't get up and willfully fight for the will of God in our lives, we will naturally incline to the will of the devil. This whole book that he's talking about is how basically it's war. There's raging war and battles. And Scripture talks a lot about there's wars in there. They use it in figurative terms where it's a spiritual battle. It's a spiritual war that we are in, not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers and the darkness of this world. And it's a spiritual battle. One, we have to put on the full armor of God. Okay, go to Ephesians 6. We really have to put that on. We have to get our minds clear, the renewal of our minds. I can't tell you how often, before I'm about to go evangelize or go out and pass out tracts, that there is this resistance that goes up. Some days it's more stronger than others. I'll go. Some days it's like, yes, I'm excited to go, and I still get nervous, but I go and do it. Other times I just feel that that battle raging, and I'm just like, I just don't want to go. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. But a lot of times when I do go and I fight that, and I fight through it, and I get there, it turns out to be a blessing, and the Lord definitely wanted me to go as an example of last Saturday. So in Medina, they were doing their tree lighting all weekend. So it was Friday, we went out and evangelized, and then Saturday, I decided I want to go back. Friday, it was raining a little bit. A lot of gospel tracts went out. Had some conversations with some people, but it was cold. Well, Saturday, I went around noon, and I kept thinking, I want to go, but I didn't really want to. I could have been complacent. I could have said, nah, I'm just going to sit there and not do anything. And part of me wanted to do that for the weekend. But I kept feeling this strong urge, like, I know I have to go. So I called up Puritan man with the signs. And again, he didn't really want to go out as much, but we did. He had his signs. I went out, passed around tracts. And it was a blessing. And we had this one where I was by him with his signs, and there was this father and mother and this child there. And I went to go pass out a gospel tract to the mother, and she said, "Oh, no, thank you." And then I went to go give one to the dad, and he says, "Go away." And I'm like, "Whoa, okay." So he was right pretty much next to us, so I just was giving out tracts to other people, and I was talking to a Puritan man, and then I noticed, I looked over, and there's that guy's son, probably between the ages of 10 and 12. He was there maybe 8 feet in front of the sign, looking at Puritan man, reading the sign. The gospel message was on that sign, and he was reading it. And I was just like, whoa, like, here it is, this guy, this family, nope, we don't want any gospel tracts, go away. And then there's their son reading this message. You don't know where that seed, because it's being planted, when it's going to grow, and when God's going to use it. And maybe he's going to use that child to get to that child's parents in the future. Maybe there's going to be that struggle, but maybe he'll get it to the future where the parents will eventually surrender their lives to Jesus as well. Maybe it's the whole family, and then you don't know where it's going to go. He could be the next Billy Graham. We don't know. So that was a blessing there, thinking, wow, just even for him to read that sign, it was all worth going. So when you go out there, I just want you to think about that. Go out there, plant seeds, water seeds. Maybe there's no one around, but just be obedient to the Lord. Because if we sit around and wait, again, Satan's going to use us. Okay, we're naturally going to incline to the will of the devil, and we do not want that. Okay, so we have to fight and run the trenches. Get in there, fight with our minds. We have to have that renewal of our minds. I know a lot of times when I'm complacent, things are going well, my mind starts to wander of things of the world. It's easy to pick up our phones and the internet and scroll through YouTube and Facebook and all those things and just start scrolling, and it's endless. And it's mostly garbage that's on there. So we need to guard our minds and our thoughts with that. So that's what I have for you today. If you guys can find it, this was a hard one to find, but this is a great, great read here. So that's what I got for you guys till this time. Go out, fight, go fight in the trenches. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know how I can pray for you. And till next time, I love you. Peace. I'm out.